How you doing? This is Blue from Brushes and Blades, and today we're doing a product review, which we haven't done in a while, and we're going to be doing that on the Musou, I'm probably butchering that, Musou Black paint. I've been wanting to get my hands on this for quite some time and just kind of see what it does. It says it's the world's blackest black, water-based acrylic, and it absorbs 99.4% of visible light. Let's see how that works today. Let's get down to the paint cam. All right, so I've already set up a testing palette going on right now. This is already currently drying. It's still really wet, really thick. This first one I have down is Coal Black from Monument Hobbies, and then the Satin Black from Monument Hobbies, and then, not to be too difficult, but just then to base it off their black primer. Pretty much this is all the black paint that I have. We are going to paint the same area with this Musou Black. I'm not sure how many coats it's going to take or whatever. From what I saw and what I read, it's really just kind of two. It's supposed to be pretty quick drying process. Hopefully I don't overdo this. Then we'll take a quick pause. I'll hit this with the hair dryer real fast and kind of just see what happens. Let's get a nice comparison here on the, oh goodness. It's so black, I couldn't even see how deep my brush just went. I'm gonna have to wash that brush. I went like a full inch in. Yeah, probably gonna need, oh, I just made a huge mess doing this. Yeah, it's probably gonna need, I just want to kind of see how it applies. It looks like it could be also the texture of this cutting pad that I use constantly. Let me clean that real quick, get a little bit more. That just made me unhappy with myself doing that right off the rip, of course. All right, and now let's see, let's properly get a good dip in there. We're gonna overdo it, just not as much as we did last time. Let's see. Yeah, this definitely looks like this is gonna be a 2-coat paint. Let's see what it does. I'm trying just to keep it from streaking right now. And let's see how that, that's probably about like 1.5 right there. Let's see how that goes. We'll come back here in a second and see how that looks once all 4 of these paints are dry. Oh, it's not even done. It's not even done. And I'm just gonna go ahead and stop, because holy smokes, I wasn't expecting that. So again, we got acrylic coal black, which we know is not a true black, right? A lot of people do complain about that, even though I love it, right? We got satin black, which kind of dries, kind of shiny, which it already kind of is doing. It's almost like the same as this palette. And then we have, which is not done drying, but it's kind of done drying right here, just a good old primer black. And then holy smokes, it looks even more crazy on here because of the reflection from my light. But this Musou Black paint is insane. That, and it dried super fast. Wow, that's all I gotta say. You can tell it wasn't done drying. I just kind of smeared it a little bit, put some streaks on it. It probably, and it's probably because of the texture of this. Wow, that's all I can say is wow. If 2 coats of this set properly, wow. All right, so the main reason why I wanted this paint, we're gonna move away from this testing here. The main reason why I wanted to do this, on top of many other reasons, this is a lot, by the way. The price of this has finally come down to, I think, is like a reasonable amount. I just bought it off of Amazon for basically $23 for 100. This thing is huge. I'm not a small guy. This is a very, very large, like, look, Pro Acryl next to a Pro Acryl bottle. This is a lot. You buy one of these for $23 right now, and you'll probably never not have to ever buy this again. It is definitely the world's blackest black paint that I've ever worked with. The model, like I was trying to get to, that I want to paint this with is this Castellan Crowe that I have, who basically is supposed to have this cursed sword, and it's supposed to be a black sword, right? So yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. Comparing it, yep, I'm drawing a blank of its name. It starts with an A. It's whatever. I want to paint. I'm not going to paint like the wisps and stuff like that, the black flames that are coming off of this. I've already pumped this blade up once from how I originally painted it, with Monument Hobbies fluorescent, I think it was the fluorescent purple, and with a little bit of pink that I used to kind of pump this up. But the areas where this is actually the sword, we're painting with this. And I think that is just gonna make this model just insane. And we're gonna go ahead and do that here and now. Wow, wow. All right, I'm gonna let that dry and we'll be right back. All right, now that that's dried a bit, we hit it with a hairdryer, of course. And all I have to say is, wow. We're definitely gonna give you a spin and show off this with some follow-up B footage, but I really like how this is still kind of like this deep purple, the smoke and the wisps, whatever you want to call it. And these runes were able to really actually punch up even more doing this. I'm trying to keep it in that happy place where it likes to be, and semi in focus. Wow. This actually turned out way better than I thought. My thoughts on this is a lot. This is a large container. My immediate thoughts on what I would use this for in other applications, literally other than this one sword on one character in one genre, is, doesn't that sound really strange? But you know, like when you prime, oh, I got some primed guys here. Got some orcs that I'm painting, right? Well, more like been sitting on my desk for a month in my pile of shame. But you know, like when you rattle can prime and you always miss basically what I can call their crotch region, right? Yeah, like this area that you never will see, that you generally paint black anyway, like in there. This would actually be kind of cool. Hold on, I've got to try this out. This is my immediate thought. All right, yep, I was right. Initial thought was correct. Okay, so I have these 3 Goliath Barbarian giants, or not really giants. These guys are the giants. So for my personal D&D campaign, I am playing a Goliath, Path of the Giant Barbarian. And so I wanted 3 different models to scale him up when he's actually in size. I've already done his bases, by the way. I just need to paint him. But yeah, same thing as I had on these guys, what I was talking about. You got these areas that you miss, and I just hit them, all 3 of them, up their skirts. Let's just call it that, right? And now it is like this pitch black void. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at myself on my word choice here. So all inside of like his loincloth and his upper leg and all that stuff was like this super still like 3D printer gray, or whatever primer the guy who sent it to me did. By the way, these models are amazing. Huge shout out to Creepy Prince, that I put a sticker in there, so I was like, it's the perfect size to put on the large one. These prints were amazing. Came in super fast time. Just have been sitting on my desk for also like a month. But these guys are super perfect. They're really shiny. I don't know why their claws shined like that. But back to what we were talking about. This Musou Black and his Nether Yaya came out really good. Other reasons why we would use this. It's awesome. I don't know. I am flubberblasted by how awesome this black is. I wouldn't use it as a primer. That'd be pointless, right? You're not gonna cover it up. But if you're doing something that you want to be the blackest black, that would be really cool. Like, oh my goodness, I just recently did a monk ninja kind of guy for my son for our D&D campaign, and I wish I would have had this paint then, because this ninja character, he's playing a shadow monk, and that would have been super cool to use. But that guy came out super good anyway, so I don't know. I'll have to see how it displays, like blending this with like different color blacks and stuff like that. It's probably so powerful though. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a star rating. Like 9 out of 10 need, if you paint a lot of black and want it to be like black, deep, dark void. You know what? That's the perfect. If I was painting, this is another good idea I just had. If you were painting, like, let's say you're painting a background or something for like a mural, and you were doing stars, instead of using like some other black, this would be insane. Now I want to paint stars. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. All right. I think that's really going to be it for this video. I'm super glad how this came out. Like I said, we're going to do a little spinny spin here in a second where you can see up close and detailed how this came out. And you'll see that on, probably going ahead and put that on some kind of short and on the gram and all that good stuff. Speaking of that, hit that subscribe button